Welcome back, folks. There are many times that our kids need a little help speaking up and speaking out, and there is a new up-and-coming speech and language therapy clinic in Albuquerque that can help your child with what they need. Joining us now is Tanya Friend Salazar and Lisa McDermott, who are the owners of the ChatterBox Therapy. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit first about what you all do at ChatterBox.
So our clinic is currently located at I-25 in Paseo del Norte, and what we do there is we provide services for children and adults who are experiencing communication difficulties. Those difficulties could include anything from articulation problems, so having problems with speech sounds, to various kinds of language difficulties, receptive language, meaning understanding and processing information, using language to express themselves well. We work with stuttering disorders, we work with voice disorders, and then in addition to that, we also work with swallowing and feeding difficulties for little ones.
Really? Okay. Well, so speaking of the little ones, what is the typical age range that you work with when we're speaking to the kiddos?
You know, we work with all ages at our clinic, but probably the most kids that we work with, or the general age that we work with, is probably anywhere from about a year-old to about 5.
A year-old to about 5?
It's our main customer base, I think.
Yeah, okay. And what are some of the, I guess, more prominent disorders that you see, or maybe some things that a lot of kids have trouble with? What do you see a lot of at ChatterBox?
You know, I think what we're known for as speech therapists typically is working with articulation problems. So working with those kiddos that are really having a hard time formulating words, formulating the right sounds, and that make them very difficult to understand. We work with a lot of that, and we work with an awful lot of children who just are not talking as much as they should be by certain ages.
Okay, so it's not even just the way that they're speaking, but if they're not speaking, then we may be concerned. And you know, I'm a father of a 2-year-old, so when you speak to one parent, their kid may be talking a lot, kid may not be talking at all. Some of the words or phrases that you hear, you're like, oh, well, they're just growing. When should we as parents be concerned that maybe our child might need a little bit of help?
I would always, my best advice for parents is that if you have a gut feeling that you just aren't sure, should they be saying more, just to come in and see us. We have free screenings, and so just come in if you have any doubts, and we spend, you know, about 30-45 minutes with you, and we can do a brief screening to see if further evaluation is needed. And if not, then you feel good and you know what to do from there, and then if you do, then we can just schedule that at the time.
Right.
So
now, what are some of the screening processes that you go through? What sort of things can the parents and the children expect when they come in to be screened?
Well, it depends on the age. If they're a young one and their parents just concerned that they're not talking enough, then we just do kind of like a little checklist, and we spend some time and observe them and see what they are doing to communicate. So if they have gestures, or if they are saying some words. If it's an older child and they're concerned about sounds, then we have a brief articulation screening that we can go through to see what sounds they're having problems with and if it's age appropriate or not.
Gotcha.
So.
Now, what sets you guys apart from other clinics?
Well, we're pretty unique. We're pretty family friendly. We are very much child friendly as well. So we really look at the developmental levels of where these kids are at. So when they come in, especially our babies, when they first come in, a lot of these kids have not had any kind of structure whatsoever. So we work really hard with play-based therapy. We start with the kids on the floor, we follow their lead, and we gradually work them into a more structured sort of a setting so that we can do more targeted kinds of activities with them. I think another thing that makes us, I mentioned family friendly, but also we spend a lot of time really trying to make our families feel comfortable when they are there. We have moms that are tired, we have children that may have minor issues, all the way to kids who have multiple disabilities, and when the parents come in, we are one more place they have to be.
That's great.
So we have a very spa-like atmosphere, and that's something
really
that we're working to develop.
Yeah. Because it's never easy when you have a child that needs that help. It can be very stressful. So really also taking note that the parents need a little support, I think, is very important. So if folks out there want to make an appointment, how do they do so?
Well, they can, right now our webpage is under construction, so we're adding a lot of new features on there to help even make it easier for parents. But they can visit us on our Facebook, that's up and running, or they can just give us a call and schedule a free screening or make an appointment. Okay,
fantastic. And what is that phone number, just briefly?
It is 821-1638.
821-1638. Thank you so much. And ladies, we will have more information on our website about ChatterBox and links to your Facebook page as well. Ladies, thank you so much. It's a very important topic, especially, again, one near and dear to my heart, being a daddy. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.